Legacy is a huge discussion when it comes to Rio 2016, and this is my topic with Nina Lualdi from Cisco. Nina, what is Cisco is doing about the legacy? What's it's going to be for the city after the games?
We actually already have delivered two major projects related to legacy. In fact, we're here this week inaugurating our biggest legacy project, which is a project that we call Urban Innovation. It's a project that essentially was born to implement a vision of a smart, intelligent and human city in the Porto Maravilha area. Porto Maravilha area is a revitalized port area of Rio de Janeiro, and that has been now reopened and has become an iconic area of Rio. So with that project, what we're doing there is we're deploying our greatest and latest technologies to create not only a platform for connected city, on top of it a state-of-the-art city-level Wi-Fi platform, but on top of that we are embedding 15 different services for citizens, and one category of services is also state-of-the-art technology to create what we call a citizen collaboration platform. Another set of solutions that are Internet of Things oriented, and also another set of solutions that actually allow the regular common citizen to be able to create Internet of Things solutions using a platform that Cisco has, that it's something as easy as a drag and drop.
How does it work? What can citizens create, for example?
Yeah. So, for example, yesterday we showed a very simple example. Imagine a couple of students from elementary school. They go to the lab, the activity lab of the Museum of Tomorrow, which is where our program is implemented. They go there and they go with a challenge. They want to be able to intelligently manage the lighting in the library of their school, because it is a big concern, especially in Brazil, what the energy consumption does to our resources, right? And so they go to the lab. They have a kit, essentially a small kit, and that kit has already embedded in it physically different type of sensors. That kit is connected to the IoT platform from Cisco, which appears on a screen. So what they're going to do is they're going to sit there and they're going to reason through what is it that I need to control that light. And so probably I need a sensor. Now, what type of sensor do I need? Well, it depends. Do I want to control it relative to distance? Do I want to control it relative to presence, relative to movement, or any other trigger? And so they would drag and drop the type of sensor that they would need. The next question would be, what else do I need for that sensor to communicate? And so they go, and what they're dragging and dropping are the different elements, technology elements that they need. Once they formed that, they just, with a click, that platform is informing the kit to do what the kit is supposed to do. They have connected a lamp to the kit, and they can see right away the effect of that into the lamp now being managed in a smart way. The other thing that they can see is we put a an LED display that takes a whole wall, and the display is designed for them to see in a visual but artistic way, so something that really expresses better the meaning of the data that is being generated. So that sensor and the equipment, the virtual equipment that creates the connection between the sensor and the platform, generates data like in the real life. Right?
And this is all about the legacy. But when you mention, for example, Internet of Things, how can IoT be implemented in Summer Games this edition or in upcoming editions?
Many applications. For example, I'll give you examples that we're actually implementing in the legacy that in the next games you can probably see already. In Porto Maravilha, we have a couple of solutions that we are actually implementing that are Internet of Things solutions. One of them is a monitoring system for manholes to avoid the obstruction of manholes and hence flooding, which is one of the biggest problems in a city like Rio. The other one is a system that detects sounds and is able to discriminate different types of sound. Both were developed by entrepreneurs, Brazilian entrepreneurs that participated in Cisco's Urban Innovation Challenge last year. They won. They were 2 of the 5 that won, and as a result of that we accelerated them to the point that they now have a product, the product is installed and it connects to our platform. Those are typical solutions you would want to have in a village or in a park, right? Think about the very simple example I gave you of the 2 kids creating a solution for the smart lighting. You could have that in the village. Not just in the public areas of the village, but also in each one of the rooms, right? And you can start automating, not just for energy saving purposes, but also for operations and optimization purposes, right? Connect the building, make it smart, make it controllable, and monitored, being able to be monitored from a distance. All of these, for example, are things you can do. The other interesting thing that you can do, and these are things that are still being experimented in the world, right? Outside the Olympics, but I'm sure that we're going to see Internet of Things sensoring mechanisms being used to actually measured in a real time and in a more accurate time the performance of the athletes, both when they're training and when they are in competition, right? I'm sure we're going to see that. I'm sure we're going to see these sensors in the bikes. I'm sure we're going to see.
Do you have anything like this today in this edition?
No, not in this year in the Olympics. What we did start using, though, for the Brazilian Olympic Committee is all our collaboration platform to allow them to virtually being able to assess, monitor and manage the performance of the athletes while they were training for the Olympics. So you start seeing technology that you didn't see in the previous Olympic is collaboration technology, which is part of the digitization, right? And I'm sure that the next evolution will be the use of sensory mechanisms either on the body or on the equipment that they use.
Thank you a lot for this interview.
Thank you very much. Thanks for the opportunity.
Stay tuned at rcrwireless.com.